And next comes National Education Policy, which Amirza talked about. It is an academic article, which she'll speak about in a minute or so. So at the ending, you're supposed to place the academic research article, and the last page comes a quote. So that month related quote or anything you all have gone through that month and you feel that is the appropriate quote to be put in, you can put that. So yeah, Amrita, I think you can go on with explaining the academic research article.
Okay, yeah. So I know that an academic research paper can be new to some of you. So I'll be giving you quite an in-depth idea. So the reason I chose the national education policy was because at the time it was just introduced by the government, and I felt it was important as a student to understand in depth how the education system of my country is being run. But I also want to specify that it need not be something education based. So I have come up with a way of finding your interest if you plan on writing, which Feathers of Hope is a wonderful platform to express your writing. It'll help you grow a lot as a writer. So the way you can start is I would prefer if you started with something that is very current. So as most of you know, due to COVID, there is a huge unemployment in the country. So you can take up topics like unemployment, and considering that most of you will be a legal citizen in a couple of years, it is important that you talk about such issues like employment and the GDP and the economy. So it is good, very, very important to research on such topics. You can also talk about social media and its influence not just on teenagers but as a whole. You can talk about how it impacts mental health. Mental health is a huge um, and crucial topic to talk about in today's day and age. And this sports, advertising, there are many, many topics you can take up and analyze. To get to the actual, so this was just a brief on how you can spread out your interests and find a good topic to analyze. Now, to get to the actual academic paper, once you've decided your topic of interest, you need to understand that this is not something that you can just go to Wikipedia, read through a couple of paragraphs and form your opinion. You need to visit a lot of sites, and so sometimes you get government sites, which is wonderful. The PDF might be long, but you'll get an immense amount of information from it. So the first crucial thing is to completely research. You can reach out to people in that particular field, and people are so interested to share their opinions with you. It's honestly just a wonderful experience. So you need to gather all the information. From there, you start off with, there's a particular way of forming a research paper. So you start off with your title, your thesis statement, and then you go in with the outline. So since I came up with nearly 4 to 5 editions of the NEP analysis, this one, for example, is syllabus, subject, and system. So it covered those particular aspects in this paper. So you need to come up with an outline, and then that's obviously there's a body which should at least contain 3 paragraphs. Then there's a conclusion, and most importantly, you need to come up with a bibliography and citations. It is very important that you give credit to information where you've gotten it from. This one doesn't have the citations linked, but the other edition has the citations linked. So I'm sorry, I just made a list of, yeah, you need to give credit to the references in the bibliography wherever you found it. But once again, while I'm wrapping this up, I would just like to say that this is a wonderful platform to publish your writing. And, Jochin sir will always help you out. And it's important that you check on your grammar, your literature, and keep it at a standard Oxford level before you publish it, because this is going places. It's not just an average college or school magazine. It will go to higher authorities, and it's really not pleasant to look at a paper which has lots of grammatical punctuation errors. So as you're forming it, make sure that you do give a thorough revision. And as always, any doubts, you can always reach out to me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Amrita. So just to end this up, a quick thing. So there was this one part. After the forward, if you get any special articles for that month, you can include it, okay, before the poetry section. So I'll send one example for you guys so you can have a idea with it. And just to make sure, so you guys should decide properly on the background. So you will have a creative head who will be doing all this, right? So you can see the background, right? It is not very glossy or not very, attracting or disturbing to the eyes. It should be a very calm background, a light one preferably. Okay, it should not have so many designs, because the view of the reader should be onto the content. It should not divert to the background of the magazine, right? Okay, so thank you so much. We'll proceed with the next one. Aman, you can go ahead with telling how you have to deal with the Hindi section.
नमस्ते, मैं अमन भास्कर, हिंदी साहित्य का संपादक, अपने कार्य भाव अर्पण को अपने शब्दों में समेटे आप सबों के सामने उपस्थित हुआ हूँ। दोस्तों, समाज की चेतना इतनी संगठित और असंगठित होती है, पत्रकारिता उसी अनुपात में प्रकट होती है। पत्रकारिता समाज के बीच से उभरती है। यह समाज का प्रतिबिंब एवं उत्प्रेरक दोनों है। पत्रकारिता की जड़ एवं जमीन औपनिवेशिक इतिहास के साथ जुड़ी हुई है। यह काल इसके विकास का युग तो था ही, साथ ही साथ समकालीन पत्रकारों ने इस व्यवसाय को आदर्श और संघर्षशील धरातल भी इसी दौरान प्रदान किया था। पत्रकारिता की शुरुआत औपनिवेशिक शासन के प्रति विरोध के स्वर के साथ हुई थी। 1780 से 1857 के आरंभिक काल में यह लड़खड़ाती हुई स्थिति में जमीन पर खड़े होने की साहस कर रही थी। समकालीन समाज का प्रचलित सामाजिक दर्शन और राजनीतिक प्रक्रिया एवं उनमें विद्यमान विरोधाभासों से पत्रकारिता की प्रकृति, साधन और साध्य निर्धारित किया जाता है। दोस्तों, पत्रिका में काम करना, उसका अनुभव अच्छा तो होता ही है, साथ ही साथ हमें ऐसे कई चीजों का जानकारी प्राप्त होता है जिससे हम अभी तक अवगत नहीं हैं। पत्रिका के साथ काम करके उसके नैतिक मूल्यों को स्वीकारना, उसके प्रति समर्पित रहना बहुत जरूरी है। सामूहिक कार्य विच मीन्स टीम वर्क में एक दूसरे का सहयोग प्राप्त कर ज्ञान, चाल, योजना आपके काम में नजर आना चाहिए। दोस्तों, अभी आप लोग ऐसी दुनिया में प्रवेश करने वाले हैं, मतलब कि पत्रिका की दुनिया में प्रवेश करने वाले हैं, जहां आपका धीरज, दृढ़ता और निष्ठापन ही आपको सजग बनाती है, which means your patience, perseverance and your dedication make you perfect on all spheres of life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aman, for that. So, Anushka Verma, you can go ahead with this. So, we had basically, to brief you guys about it, we had two Hindi editors. So, one was Aman, and now Anushka Verma will continue with it.
नमस्ते, मैं अनुष्का वर्मा, हिंदी साहित्य की संपादिका, आज पत्रिका में अपने कार्य और अनुभव को आप सभी के सामने व्यक्त करना चाहती हूँ। वैश्वीकरण और औद्योगिकरण के दौर में दुनिया को बदलने का कार्य पत्रकारिता बखूबी निभाती आ रही है। वहीं दूसरी ओर स्वतंत्रता संग्राम के समय भारतवासी पूरी तरह से बेड़ियों में जकड़े जा रहे थे। उस वक्त पत्रकारिता द्वारा एक अलग जंग छेड़ी गई। घर में बैठे लोग और भाइयों को समाचार पत्र के माध्यम से संदेश पहुंचाकर युद्ध और अपने अधिकार के लिए लड़ने को कहा गया। पत्रकारिता और पत्रिका का उद्देश्य केवल पढ़ना या पाठ कराना नहीं, बल्कि देश दुनिया से रूबरू कराना होता है। लोकतंत्र के चौथे स्तंभ के रूप में उभरी पत्रकारिता आजादी के बाद भी अपने कार्य एकता का प्रतीक बन उसी तरह जनपद में कार्यरत है। सामाजिक जागरूकता और मानवीय संवेदनाओं की रक्षा करने के लिए पत्रिका और पत्रकारिता बहुत ही जरूरी है। एक संपादक का उद्देश्य केवल जनता के बीच रहकर उनके परिस्थितियों को परखना, फिर उसे अपने शब्दों के माध्यम से जनता के दिक्कतों को सरकार से रूबरू कराना होता है। पत्रकारिता और पत्रिका के परिप्रेक्ष्य को आज के दौर में गंभीरता से महसूस किया जाने लगा है। वैश्वीकरण के इस दौर में जनता के बीच उनके अपने लोक भाषा में समाचार या अन्य घटनाओं से रूबरू कराने का काम करती है। पत्रिका का उद्देश्य अपनी रचना के माध्यम से समाज में सुधार लाना है। इसीलिए कहते हैं कलम की धार तलवार की धार से तेज होती है। धन्यवाद।
Yeah, so thank you so much, Anushka. So you guys know, right? Editing something in Hindi isn't that very easy. The same goes for Kannada as well, but So we would like to prefer or personally suggest people who have a strong grip in Hindi, its language, the grammar, etc., take up this section. And the same thing is for Kannada. Now your magazine is prepared, everything is done. So there will be one date you'll fix upon where you'll have to release it, and there is going to be an event. So to brief you all about that event, I would like to call upon Anushka Sahu to come up and speak on how to release the event and how does the event go.
Thank you, Saranya. So, good afternoon, everyone here. I am Anushka, and I will be talking and explaining about the organization of magazine launch. So, first and the foremost thing is that, as you all know, that you all have to collect information and pile it up together, and this should have been done like 15 days prior the event. Secondly, you have to choose the MCs among each other. MCs are the people who are going to host the event, and you have to prepare script. Meanwhile, the flyers would be made too. Thirdly, the chosen MCs should practice among themselves and be perfect with the script and the speeches that they're going to speak. And around 5 days to 3 days, there would be rehearsals with the editorial team. Then comes the main day, that is the magazine launch day, is when you all have to be in touch with each other. All of you, in the sense, I mean that you have the two MCs, the editorial in chief and the teacher, so that there are no more glitches in between. The student should prepare questions too to ask the chief guest on a specific topic that is given, and then the vice principal and father opens the magazine launch, and then the chief editor talks about the magazine Feathers of Hope, followed by the editors who talk about their part in the magazine. Lastly, after a few days, there would be a meeting held where the editorial team and the respected teacher talk about the previous magazine launch and come up with new ideas and tell us where to improve. Thank you.
Thank you, Anushka. So, wait, don't you think it's going pretty one-way traffic side? Okay, I would like any of the first years, if you're having any doubt or something, you can come up and just ask your doubt, and then we can just go to conclude.
Yes, I want people to ask questions. Are you ready? Please go
And
ahead.
yes, for that magazine release event, we'll share you a program list, so you'll get a better idea of how to go about it. Yeah, so before that, anyone with any doubt, or you need some clarification, or yeah, Arya. Yeah, Arya, proceed.
Hi, can you hear me right now?
Yes, yes.
So for the for editing all this, do you use a particular software? Because I tend to find it very hard to compile everything and make it into like a really good document. So
Right. Okay. So we generally do not use any hardware or software, but it's like you get the article. It's always not in proper format. Okay. So you go through the article first, you correct the grammatical mistakes, and then you put it for plagiarism check. So if it exceeds like more than 20%, then you're directly discarding that article. You're not putting it into the magazine. So you should first make sure that you are clear with what you are correcting. So you should be clear with your language and then put it for plagiarism check it. If it's good enough and worth to be published in the magazine, you should do it. And there are times when you'll be confused. Okay, is it worth to get into the magazine or no? Then you can always reach out to Jochin sir and he'll help you with it. Does that clear?
yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Priyanshi?
Okay, I have a lot of doubts actually. So, how many articles in total do we publish? Like on an average?
It's not about articles, yeah, but that's a good question. You can keep it up to 30 to 35 pages.
Okay.
And then you can, limit the articles. So it's basically like sometimes you get more articles. You'll be flooded with so many articles, but you cannot put everything in it, right? So what you'll do, you'll take equally. So maybe you say you take 3 poems, you take 3 short stories, 3 other things like that. So you keep it, and the rest, what do? You assure back to the students saying them, we'll publish it in the next magazine. And for the next edition, the left out ones will be your first preference. And then the ones which come for that respective month.
So on an average, we generally publish 30 pages.
Yes.
including the forward and the cover page.
Yes, yes.
And which part of the month do we generally release the magazine, like the first week or the middle week or the end part?
Right. So first you'll have to release a flyer. I don't think a mention about that was made, yeah, but I'll tell you. So there will be one flyer which you are going to release. I hope you all know what a flyers are, right? So it's something like a brochure or just a page. So you're going to release that. Suppose say this is June. You're going to release a month magazine in July. So on June 30 or 31st, you will release a flyer saying we need articles, and you'll give the list of your the editorial board members will have respective Gmail IDs. So you'll give the list of IDs. So for short stories, you need to mail to this ID. For poetry, you need to mail to this ID. Respectively, you'll give the IDs. And in the next month, by 15th or 16th, your complete magazine should be completed. Because by till 17th, you'll get time to rectify mistakes, etc. So whoever is the editor-in-chief will make sure that by 15th, everything is done. So the respective editors, for poetry, there's one editor, short stories, one editor. So all these editors will compile all of their work in one Word document and then forward it to the editor-in-chief, who will complete everything in one Word document. So the event is going to be mostly on 25th or 26th. It's just something between 21st and 26th. So someday between that, and it should be convenient for the chief guest and all of you as well, because you'll be having exams. So you'll have to look upon it. So by 15th, make sure that your magazine is over. And from 17th or 18th, you can start your rehearsals. And by 21st, you'll be good to go. Is that okay?
Yeah, thank you. And also, like, you had the titles as, for instance, for the poetry, you had the magic of words. Do we need to follow the same titles, or we can come up with our own titles?
It's better you follow the same titles, because that's what I've come across. I've asked her, and it's like you can follow the same titles because it's a monthly publication and it's been going on since more than half a year for now. So it'll be same. So it's just Feathers of Hope and the same titles, but the content will change, right?
Okay.
Because when you see other weekly magazines also outside because just because someone, a new person joins in, you don't change the whole title, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you can keep the same titles, whereas you can give in a lot more new inputs of yours.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, Tanvi?
Hi. I had a doubt that from where do you get the information for the informative articles? Like any specific website, or we can go for any websites?
You're talking about academic research articles. What Amirza said. Is that it?
I'm not sure. It just as far as I know, it's just informative articles.
Like, I know which section do you want it to come? I'm not really clear with your question. Okay, wait. So I'll tell you. There are normal articles, which suppose you saw there was one article on traveling, or if you love to eat food, you can even add that. But it should be a proper thing to get into a very reputed magazine. But I think you're talking about academic research articles. Okay,
yeah. I think
right.
it's that.
I think Amirza, you're the right one to clear this doubt.
Yeah, okay, that's kind of why I specified that you guys need to get used to the term academic research paper, because if you say a normal article, we'll think that you're talking about the rest of the articles in the section. So for this one part of the section, you can refer to it as the academic research paper. So once you choose your topic of interest, because right now libraries aren't available. So unless your parents collect books or something like that, you probably won't have access to that many books. So your main option here is Google. You will have to Google up the topic, and like I said, you can't just go to the first link, read a couple of paragraphs and form your opinion. If you're going to do it, you have to completely analyze it, and I think at least like a good 3 to 4 papers analyzing would be a good idea. So to do that, you'll have to check out nearly all the links. If you're choosing a government related topic such as education or unemployment or GDP, you will get government PDFs where the government itself has published it, the Indian government, which is a wonderful resource. It's a lengthy resource, but it's a wonderful resource. And you can always contact elders that you think are well versed in the topic. You can contact your teachers. Sometimes the the speakers that we have are also wonderful people to interact with and gain more knowledge. Basically, you want to widen and broaden your scope of knowledge as much as you can before you form a thesis, before you form your opinion and start writing the paper. You want to collect as much information. So when I did the national education policy, practically every link below that topic was analyzed by me. So I hope that clears your doubt.
Yeah, okay. And I had another one as well for cherishing moments, right?
Yes.
Okay, so is there any kind of limitations, or we can use any kind of you know um, like programs happening in the school?
Are you referring to news and views or joy of moments?
Joy of moments.
Right. Basically, yeah, joy of moments was actually a dance section. But if you
Okay.
want, see, now you came up with a good idea, say cherishing moments, or you can give up another title and create another section in the magazine which says, the moments you cherished or the very nice moments you had in college. You can gather all of them, make an article on it. Maybe see, you worked on a project and you enjoyed it so much. The teachers helped you. It was very good. So you can add that in another section and put it as a new article, right? And also to add up on that NEP thing, see, whenever you're doing an academic research article, make sure that it is not completely published in one edition. As what Amirza did, she categorized everything. So in one edition, she talked about the syllabus, the subjects, etc. In the other edition, she talked about the scope, like that. So make sure it comes to at least 2-3 articles. And moreover, as the idea, she said you can go on with the current things what are going on. Or we had one academic research article which came for 2 publications. Okay, it was on semiconductor chips. So we don't have that much knowledge of what it is, right? So again, it becomes an academic research article. So any topic which is of utmost importance and people that do not know much about it, you can come up with it. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah, Nayonika.
Yeah, so hi, my doubt is that like we get a theme every month, right? So like, do the content of the magazine has to follow the theme?
No, it doesn't have to. So the theme of the month also you can only decide, say January Republic Day, but what the thing is, you have to have an article on Republic Day. And the front page should be related to the theme. The remaining articles do not have to follow the theme of the magazine. But if you get contents related to Republic Day, then you are supposed to add it. But for that, you do not have to narrow your thing down to one topic and write it down.
Okay, and I have one more doubt. So like, basically we take the content from almost the whole campus, like PUC, ICSC and all. So how do you collect the content from other batches?
Right. Okay. So the first thing is all the editorial board members. I think you'll require around 10 people. You'll have to create Gmail IDs. Okay. So as I said, when you release the first flyer saying that, okay, we are accepting articles, so do submit your articles on or before 12th June. If you say that, you need to write poetry section. So for poetry, whoever is giving articles will give it to this mail ID. And then for short stories, this mail ID, photography, this mail ID, and that flyer will be circulated. So for the first edition, which you're going to do now, you collect articles only from the humanities section and you see how is it going, how are you supposed to do things, because we only telling you won't work out. You need to have a hands-on experience and then you'll realize how things work out, right? So start with something small, and then once the flyers are distributed, yeah, you'll have friends in CBSE's other sections, or sir will help you in forwarding the flyers. So from there you can get articles, and you need to keep constant check on your mail ID and make sure it is not your Christ mail ID. You need to create a separate mail ID. If you have a personal one, that is okay. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, Neha.
Yeah, so you said joy of moments is dance related, right? So should it only be limited to dance or like other art forms too?
Other art forms, see, if you get articles relating to other art forms, you can put it there, because we have an art section called Add Color to Your Life. So there were people who did PhD in art, etc., etc. So those things can be included in that one art section. But joy of moments is actually confined only to dance. So there we got articles about students who did degree, PhD, etc. in Kathak. So you can include those articles and give them the first priority, because your campus, your school will get to know, oh, we have such a talented person in our college. So it is confined only to dance. But if you get articles relating to other art forms, you are free to create another section with the discretion of the sir, and you can have a vote upon it.
Okay, thank you.
Songs are okay, right?
Sorry?
Songs like singing.
Right. So there was actually a music section, and I think it was missed out in this magazine, but I will share another magazine which has music section. So under music, it can be singing, or there are people who play guitar, drums, piano, etc. Whoever is learning, they can add upon that also in the music section.
Okay, so there's a separate section only for music.
Yes.
Okay.
What I'll do, I will just write the names of all sections and their corresponding proper names. And I'll forward the message to you, so you'll know which article is for what. Is that okay?
Yeah, it'll be better.
Right. Yeah, Aditya.
Yeah, I have 2 doubts. So, first is there any team or any people with position that they evaluate the magazine after the articles are put together and the design?
It's not that someone will sit and evaluate the magazine, but see, as everyone over here pointed out, whoever spoke in the editorial board, it's up to an Oxford level. It's not that only the campus is going to read it. The people sir brings in are of international level. You get to meet people from different places. So it's that, don't confine it to only one particular idea that no one is going to evaluate or someone is going to evaluate. Like, first do the plagiarism check, make it your best, and then you can give it to sir. Sir will check all the mistakes, or if there are anything, he'll revert back to you. But there is not one single person who will sit and correct your mistakes, right? So then you're confident enough, okay, I have done my work perfectly and there is no mistake in this, then you can publish it.
Not a single person, as in like a small group consists of 7 to 8 people with who are really good at English, grammar, etc.
Okay, so those members are only preferred to be the editorial board members, right? I think that's better. Instead of having a separate editorial board team and then separate evaluation team, the work will get complicated. So whoever is really good at that particular thing and has a grip and knowledge on it, they can only directly do it.
And one more question: is there a person or a team which creates a design for the magazine?
So when we worked together, we had creative head called Tahir. So what we did, we all come in a meeting once in a week or twice in a week. We sit together and he puts out his ideas. So he's like, I think for this month, we need to have a peach color background, and these are the colors we are going to use in a magazine. So there can be one creative head and he can be assisted by someone. And in one meeting, he can tell about his ideas of how should the design of the magazine be. And moreover, make sure you add the page numbers, and there should be a border for every magazine. So and again, we have a vote upon it. Suppose I really didn't like, it's not looking good, so we don't vote upon it. So it's like, okay, you don't have a group, but it's only that 1 or 2 people can work on it.
Okay. Thank you.
Amrita, can I just 1 second? You guys need to understand that you are the group. Okay, there is no other group. You guys are the group. You're supposed to do the reviewing. You're supposed to do the grammar, literature, all the checks. You're supposed to come up with the theme. You guys are the group. There is no other group. So you have to be very self-reliant on whoever you're picking as the core team. That is the core team, and you have to collaboratively work together and put out the magazine. There is no one else that is going to help you out. So I highly suggest that people who have a wonderful grip on their language and communication and their overall just English-based grammar, and as well as Hindi-based grammar, Kannada-based grammar, be part of this team, because trust me, there is no one else that is going to help you. You guys are going to have to be very self-reliant and do it. Jochan sir is going to be a pillar of support. That is different. But Jochan sir is handling a lot, and he is not going to be able to assist you through every second. So you have to understand that you are the core team. There is no other team. You are the team. You will have to do everything. There are no other 7 to 8 members who will do it. You are the 7 to 8 members. Am I clear, Aditya and everyone else here?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that clarifies it. And Sanchali?
Yeah. So actually, I wanted to ask about the dance section. So is it like articles only based on your experience in dance, or it can be anything related to dance, like tips
Anything
or
related to
anything?
dance. Absolutely anything. So I just gave an example. So if you have an experience, you can put that up, or to just give a straightforward single sentence answer, it can be anything. I love dancing. I can write an article on how much I love dancing. But yes, it should be words to be published in Feathers of Hope.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Nayanika.
Yeah, so my doubt is that, like, as you said, that for moments to cherish, we have like dance particularly, but like there are a lot of people who have like achieved some awards or some certifications on some other like essay writing or poetry or something. So if someone wants to express that, how would we do that? Should we make a different page for that?
Right, yeah. So you can have one section called achievement section, which was actually there in the first 2 editions we had it, but later we did not get in any achievements, so we didn't include that section. So it will come at the first, even before the poetry section. As you have seen, poetry is the first section, right? So achievements is the section that comes even before poetry, and whoever has any achievements, as you said, maybe they won an award or they went to inter-school competition, inter-college competition and got a placement over there, all that can be included in that section. Does that clarify?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Can I intervene here now? Can I have all these editorial board members right now on the camera, please?
Yes, sir.
Right. Amrita, please come on the camera. Who else is there other than you three? Nobody. Very good. You've done a marvelous job. Fantastic work. I really don't know how to appreciate you. You have really explained things to the first years, and I'm sure you're going to hand over the baton to really good hands. All right, they're all real good students here. So thank you very much once again for being here. Now, thank you very much for all that you have been to the magazine and to the campus, to all the people here. All right. Thanks a lot. Congrats.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, we'll just conclude it.
Yeah, I would love now to introduce our dignitary here, Dr. Swapna Daniel. She is a landmark leader, a very highly regarded speaker, motivational speaker, and she is the director of Dental Academy. She is the director of Aikitwa Foundation, a foundation that works on Waldorf education. And I welcome Dr. Swapna Daniel with, I don't know what emotion I welcome you. Thank you for being there. Please take over. It's your turn.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jochen. So, first of all, the respected staff and the dear students of Christ Academy Junior College. First of all, I want to congratulate Mr. Jochen for this team and the work. I have known that he's been working on is this called as a journal? What is this called? Magazine, right? So it is such an amazing work to see the junior college come up with this kind of show. Okay, it was very impressive, very impressive. The entire team, it's extraordinary work actually. Okay, and the way they know their stuff. Okay, they have done whatever they have done, and the way they were putting things forward to the newcomers. Excellent mentoring, Mr. Jochen. Okay, and Miss Bindu, I guess I'm not sure who else is responsible for the
It's
whole
Miss Binu there.
Binu, right?
Yeah, Miss
Okay,
Binu.
so it for an outsider who doesn't know what actually happens inside the campus, this was definitely a glimpse of the kind of work that's happening in Christ Academy. Okay, so that's one thing, and so I was just wondering. like a clinician or a person coming from a science background, what do I really talk to this bunch of students? But what really made me take this up, like I was eager to talk about, is in this current situation where we are in, the whole humanity is in, how much important mass media is. Okay. So we are forced to, from the last, say, around 2 years, roughly around 2 years, we've been confined, and we are like literally within the four walls of our homes. So the only glimpse of the outside world is what the media presents to us. Okay. I do not know what's happening outside. So that's the kind of responsibility, or that's the kind of uh, I don't know if I would be using it as the right word. So let's keep it to responsibility that you shoulder to bring to the entire planet. Okay, where I see each one of you is not just limited to the school, like each one of you really said, it's not for a campus level circulation. It's for work that stands for recognition among humanity. And now, since we are on the electronic media, there's no geographical limit of what circulation is. The globe is your playground. That's where it stands. So that's who each one of you are. And congratulate each one of you for picking up mass media as your study subject. Okay, which has such varied options of employment. You can do so many things with it, join so many places. So basically, it's like a plethora of options you have come into having chosen mass media. Okay, that's very different from what a person like me, like I studied dentistry, I complete dentistry, that's all that is for me. Okay, but it's not like that for you guys. So you have a host of options to choose from, and then as you keep aging in it and you keep growing in it, you can do multiple things. Okay, create multiple employments and things like that. So first of all, it's a vast avenue that you have chosen. And then second thing is, the most important thing is the kind of responsibility that is on the shoulders of you bright souls to take it forward. Okay, so when I look at the current times, no other work than seeing the TV or your internet at this point in time, when you look at the global leadership, okay, the last few years have witnessed in different countries. If you really see, there was mass suppression. Okay, when you look at Central American, South Central American countries, or for that reason you look at the kind of problems that were happening in the European Union, nobody would have even thought of the kind of uh, the agony that is happening in Greece, the kind of mass unemployment that's happening, the poverty levels that are going on in countries of Europe. Okay, so but all of that, okay, there was such responsible journalism that happened. And then there have been independent researchers, okay, independent researchers who have been doing their work and coming up on YouTube or starting their own channel. Okay, so whereby they have, and so many of them have risked their lives for it. Okay, and that's like a jaw-dropping moment for people like us who are just doing their work. Like, I go to my work, I come back, I don't know anything other than that. But when it comes to journalism, like, your family have kind of like really given you to the task that you have taken up from. I'm talking about responsible journalism, where there is so much out there that you can accomplish. Like, you are one spark, you don't know what happens. Like, when you look back at the prestigious Kesari, okay, like how it all started. Today we see freedom, but I think it was press predominantly which held the power, or the pain or the fire of freedom struggle alive was through the press at that time. And they really knew to use that well, and the world still needs it. A decade down, the world still needs it. A decade before, it was still the same. It was how this responsible group of people actually held the threads of justice. Okay, so even now, so when I look at all these broad bought media that has sold itself to various sides, and I would say basically it's financial gains that anybody looks at. Nothing wrong or right, I'm not being judgmental here. But when some have chosen that path, there have been such firebrand youngsters who have come up with their own channels, which are not for advertisements. They don't have any advertisements. They thrive only on subscriptions. Okay. And they are standing against the government of the country. Do you know what kind of spine that is? Like, I even to address, even to watch one video, right? You are really wondering if the artificial intelligence will pick up who's watching this. You don't know what's going to happen after that. None of so that kind of suppression, that kind of oppression is being observed in at large. And then there are some people who have come up with options where they can stand up and talk. Okay, so this is the power of what the media can do, the mass media can do. Mass media. Okay, so that's what each one of you are. Okay, a spark that can literally ignite a revolution. And when I say that, I'm very conscious of what I'm saying. Okay, and I could see that in each one of you. Okay, that you have what it takes to be that. And you can find your ways to do that. You don't have to always be a rebel. You don't have to always be a pleaser, but you can be true. You can be true to your own conscience, to your own values. And that's all that takes. So I'm really privileged to be part of this group. And there was one question, and somebody was asking for credibility of information. Okay, so I have some background in research. So there are certain websites which would give you credible information. Okay, when it comes to science, then there is NCBI. There are scholarly articles for everything. So probably a list of those articles, probably Helinet provides those. So if a subscription of Helinet is happening through the library, so credible data can be received for scholarly articles. That's just my 5 cents to that question somebody asked. Okay, so that's all I wanted to share for each one of you. Wishing you all the very best, and really looking forward to have you guys listed among the scope. Like coming up with some real good work in the future. This is just the beginning. Okay, so all the best, everyone. And thank you for this opportunity, for letting me participate and witness the kind of work that happens in Christ University. Thank you so much. Christ Academy, sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sabna. Amruta, please take over. Yeah.
Right, sir. Thank you. So, yeah, I think we can conclude if there are no more doubts, right? Yeah. So, yeah, Amir, sir, you can proceed.
Right, yeah, I know we've spoken quite a lot today. I hope all of you haven't dozed off. I'm just going to take a couple more minutes and just brief you about the sincerity, dedication, and responsibility you'll need to take to make sure that this magazine runs successfully. I know in its glorified form, it's very beautiful, but behind the scenes, there isn't a piece of cake, to put it bluntly. So there is a lot of hours of reviewing, editing, reading, writing in front of the laptop screen. But like Amrita Sharanya said, when it is put out finally at the end of the month, it's the most wonderful feeling. So whether you're a correspondent or on the editorial team, it's better that you give your 100% genuine effort, and you do it that way, and it will reflect in the magazine. So yeah, we're very excited to see what you guys do. You seem like a lovely batch of kids, yeah, this means a lot to us. So we're entrusting you with it, and we hope you take, I'm sure you'll take great care of it, and we can't wait to see what innovative, creative ideas you come up with and make it all the more fabulous. And also, this wouldn't end without thanking Jochan sir. He's been an absolute pillar of support, and we couldn't have done any of this without you, sir. So yes, please do make good use of this resource. He's wonderful. So yeah, that's all I would like to say. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Amrita. I think Narika, you can go with the vote of thanks.
Yes. A warm evening to all. It's my privilege to propose the vote of thanks today and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked really hard for the success of this event. I, Neonika, of class 11th E, CBSE, on behalf of the entire family of Christ Academy and the team, Feathers of Hope, raise my heart in benediction to the Almighty God, with as one grateful being for it is, with His blessings, that we are able to make this event a successful one. Thanks to Father Joyce, who permitted us to have this orientation. A special mention to our teacher in charge, Miss Binu, for her involvement, without which it would have been difficult for all of us to reach the completion of the event. An event like this cannot happen without the eloquence of the lady of the evening, Dr. Sapna Uday Kumar. Her speech made us all spellbound, and we promised Dr. Sapna to cherish those words in the days ahead and practice them in our daily life. We are truly touched and moved. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by the team of very dedicated students who conducted this event as meticulously as possible. This outgoing team of Feathers of Hope literally needed to be applauded for the kind of meritorious work that they have accomplished. Thank you, seniors, for being there to train, help, and support. You are truly our strength. Thank you very much. My sincere gratitude goes out to the academic coordinators for their support to the students, and we expect the same from you in the days ahead. Thank you both. Lastly, I would like to thank each and every one of you who attended this program. It is your presence that encouraged us to do our best. Wishing everyone a lovely day and a blissful academic year 2021. Thank you. Now please rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Binu ma'am. Thank you, Sapna. Dr. Sapna, is she there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone who joined this meet. Lovely. Yeah. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, so guys, you're having mass media, you're getting a hands-on experience. Don't miss it, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Amrita. Lovely presentations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teachers.